So, Comcast's latest earnings report just dropped, and honestly, on the surface, it looks kind of, well, boring. But what if I told you those flat numbers are actually a smokescreen for one of the biggest, riskiest pivots in the company's entire history? Yeah, let's dig in and break it all down. Okay, so like I said, at first glance, these numbers, they're pretty unremarkable, right? You see revenue down a bit, profits are kind of flat, but trust me, very deep in this report is the real story. It's about a company in the middle of a massive, and I mean massive, strategic shift. And to really get what's going on, you first have to understand the immense pressure they're facing. So, to really grasp Comcast's new game plan, we've got to look at the battlefield they're fighting on. Because let me tell you, this is not the same market it was even 5 years ago. And listen to this quote from their president. I mean, you don't often see a company's leadership being this blunt. They're openly admitting that their core business, their bread and butter, broadband internet, is under a full-scale attack. And why? Well, it's because they're being squeezed from two totally different directions. So here's what that squeeze looks like. On one side, you've got these super fast fiber optic networks just digging right into their territory. And then from the other side, you have the big mobile carriers coming in with surprisingly good and affordable fixed wireless internet. It's like a classic pincer movement, and it's putting the squeeze right on their most profitable business. So you gotta ask yourself, how does a giant like Comcast fight back against these new, pretty agile threats? I mean, they can't just keep doing what they've always done, right? They need a big, bold move.
And their answer is basically to build a digital moat around their customers. The official strategy is called convergence, but the goal is super simple. They want to bundle everything, broadband, mobile, you name it, so tightly together that leaving becomes a huge pain in the neck. The idea is to make their service totally indispensable.
So how are they doing it? Well, it's kind of like a three-pronged hack. First, they're beefing up the actual network itself. Think better, faster Wi-Fi. Second, they're integrating all their products, making sure your broadband and your mobile work together like one seamless system. And third, they're finally trying to fix that notorious reputation by making their pricing way simpler and more transparent. But here's the thing. The absolute key to making this entire strategy work, the real linchpin of this whole operation, is one specific, rapidly growing part of their business. And it's probably one you don't even think of when you hear the name Comcast. 414,000. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's how many new mobile lines Comcast added in just the last quarter alone. That's a company record. And that is the key to their entire strategy. And just look at this chart. I mean, this isn't just a small bump, folks. This is a massive, massive acceleration. All of a sudden, Xfinity Mobile has become their #1 growth engine. And it's exactly how they plan to lock customers into their ecosystem for the long haul. So, what's the secret sauce here? How are they pulling this off? Well, they're fueling this insane growth with some really aggressive offers. For example, giving a free mobile line for an entire year to their broadband customers. They're basically turning their mobile service into the superglue that holds the entire customer relationship together. Okay, so while all this is happening, this really risky and expensive transformation in their connectivity business, other parts of the huge Comcast empire are actually providing a super solid foundation of strength. You know, their content and experiences division had a fantastic quarter, and it was really driven by two major bright spots, which we can see right here. Okay, first up, their theme parks are absolutely booming. The new Epic Universe Park helped drive revenue up almost 19%. And this is so crucial because that steady cash flow is what gives them the financial stability, the cushion, to take these big risks over in their connectivity business.
And then you've got the movie business. Universal is just churning out hits. Blockbusters like Jurassic World Rebirth pulled in nearly $900 million. So you take that, you combine it with the theme park success, and you've got a massive financial cushion that makes this whole big bet on convergence even possible.
But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. This huge pivot, it's not cheap, not by a long shot, and you can see the cost of it written all over their financial reports. Yeah, take a look at this. You can see a 3.7% drop in profits for their main connectivity business. Now, this isn't some accident or a sign of failure. No, this is the direct cost of those aggressive mobile offers and the new, simpler pricing. It's the price of the pivot. And what's really fascinating here is that Comcast's own CFO is completely upfront about this. He's pretty much telling investors, look, yes, we're taking a hit right now. This is deliberate. It's a calculated cost. They are fully embracing some short-term pain for what they hope is going to be a whole lot of long-term gain. Which, of course, brings us to the crucial final question, the one that's hanging over this entire company and its multi-billion-dollar bet. So, is Comcast making the right move? I mean, are they smartly trading today's profits for a much more secure customer base tomorrow? Or are they just spending an absolute fortune to delay the inevitable? What's the real endgame here? Look, here's the bottom line. Comcast is all in. They are betting the farm that by bundling their services, pushing mobile like crazy, and taking a profit hit right now, they can build a fortress of loyal customers that will last for years. It is a bold, incredibly expensive gamble that is going to define this company for the next decade. So the real question is, are they building a moat to protect a castle, or are they just digging a very, very expensive hole?